final round. And taking to the track immediately, Blake Cook by himself.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I love this strategy, although if he feels maybe the safe thing to do is just go. He's in the third round. Maybe he's happy with that performance. Get on the racetrack, get a lap, because we see the other cars on pit road jockeying for position for what I assume will be a draft.
Well, jockeying for position and getting in a draft can get you in trouble. As we see the cars lined up.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to wait. I think with Blake Cook on the racetrack, there's going to be 11 other ones, although the one of Elliott Sadler, he's just pulling forward a little bit, trying to be in that position. But we've seen this here before, Dave, and it seems to work well for some, but not always work well for all. Last year, they jockeyed for position to try to figure out when to go. Kyle Busch went to the front of the line, waited, they finally got impatient, they left, and then you see here, Chase Elliott had a big run because of the draft, but lost a little downforce because of the dirty air, goes around and damages his car. He was a championship contender.
So you've got to be careful, know what you're doing, know who you're running with. And Blake Cook just decided to take it into his own hands and lay down the first lap. Marty?
Good lap.
Yeah, it was a good lap.
Just asked Chris Rice why they did that. He said, actually, Blake asked him. He said, you know, I'm not comfortable being in the draft and trying to make everything work. I would feel a lot better if we just went by ourselves. He said, fine, go out there, run by yourself. And as coming to the line there, he said, should be a pretty good lap. It was a pretty good lap for Blake Cook, all by himself.
And I love that strategy of Chris Rice. You know, sometimes just believe in your driver. Even if it's not correct, it's qualifying. They're not paying points. He's done a marvelous job getting this car into the round of 8. Just tell him, you know what, if that's what you feel, I believe in you. Go out there, get a good lap. We're going to call this a success. We're going to pick a good pit and try to race this afternoon and get as many points as possible.
Under 3 minutes remaining, and you see Logano now rolling up in the 22. Everyone waiting it out. Who is going to be the one to jump?
I think that's the key. Is the draft helps everyone but the leader. So the first car we see go on the racetrack, I don't believe is going to be gaining any lap time because of the draft. We see Joey Logano. I think that lap of Blake Cook maybe gave someone confidence to go. And Joey Logano, you see how hard he left pit road, though. That was on purpose. So he has gapped these other cars 8, 10, 15, 20 car lengths on purpose. He's trying to make sure cars behind him can't keep up leaving pit road. So as we see blend on the racetrack, look how far back the 20 of Eric Jones is. I really think Logano did a nice job there, and Eric Jones is actually just helping the cars behind him.
Jones is followed by Dillon and Suarez. So here's Logano coming to the green now with just over 2 minutes remaining. And they're all out now, Steve, so no one's waiting until the bitter end here to take their lap.
Well, they're all out, and they're all in line, evenly spaced between 5 and 10 car lengths, depending on the car. It's going to be to see who can get a good lap as we watch Joey Logano running well through turns 1 and 2. There's the 20 of Eric Jones, who's just behind Logano on the racetrack.
All going to happen here in the next 90 seconds as they wind down Xfinity Series qualifying at Kansas.
Yeah, but you're starting to see the issue. Kyle Larson, he's on a really good lap, and he's catching the 88 of Regan Smith. He's down to 3 car lengths entering turn 3. We'll see, can he continue to carry that speed, or will he have to get out of the gas if he catches the 88?
Jones to the top, but for how long?
I think Kyle Larson has a great coming right here in the pink car.
Kyle Busch to the top. What does it say for Larson? 3rd. And Brennan Poole is 12th. No one could beat Kyle Busch. He got back in the mix there, and he will be the pole sitter this afternoon unless someone does something here in the last minute, and I doubt it.
5 minutes, and it all comes down to about 35 seconds.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
I said 90 seconds. They only took a minute of it, Steve.
Yeah, they did, and Kyle Busch not only has talent, but you see has the brain to understand the position to put his car in. He was patient. He let the 20 lead everyone off pit road. I really think that perhaps is the difference for the 20 of Eric Jones. If he would have been closer to that 22, he might have been able to get a draft. He wasn't. I think cost him the speed. When you look at the 18, he was 5th in line, so he was getting a big draft from multiple cars. I think what you saw right there is nothing compared to these crazy restarts we're going to see later today. With the chase on the line, these guys, they're wide open easily through turns 1 and 2, perhaps even turns 3 and 4 on new tires, jockeying for position.
But you've got to be careful who you're racing, right? Because they're racing with the Cup drivers. They don't have to beat them today. They just can't beat themselves.
No, but if you're a Cup driver, I'm right in on your right rear quarter panel. I want you to know that I'm here to win the race. You're here to try to win a championship. I have less to lose than you. You better decide how hard you want to race me through the corner.
And Kyle Busch going for 3 in a row in the Xfinity Series here at the Kansas Speedway. And there he is on the front row with teammate Eric Jones. Kyle Larson breaking up the 1-2-3 of Joe Gibbs Racing.
They did, and you look at all the cards in the chase. Eric Jones, Daniel Swartz, Justin Allgaier, a nice run. And the fourth favorite, the second Junior Motorsports car, also inside the top 10.
See Blake Cook there in row 5. Regan Smith this week in the 88. Bubba Wallace Jr. in row 8 in the 6th, but he's not the worst of the chasers. That's Ryan Reed in row 11.
Yeah, and I think Brendan Gaughan and Ryan Reed both have to look at this as if there's a strategy, a fuel window, something to get off of outside of the norm. They really should do it because, to be honest, they haven't showed the speed to outrun Eric Jones, Dave Suarez, or Elliott Sadler, but that doesn't mean they can outrun them. It's going to come down to strategy, consistency. Brendan Gaughan, a veteran driver, perhaps that knowledge will carry him through.
Field of 40 here this afternoon, Mike.
And your pole winner